Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right off the rip, this game gooned a little bit too close to the sun. There will be a ton of censoring, as if I were to reveal the thing in full, I would get obliterated off the platform. All jokes aside, these devs got to be the most base devs I've ever seen in the history of my content creation tenure. I have never played a game with this level of gooning, guys. These guys are the Goontastic 4. They are Goonie Tunes or Looney Goons, one or the other. I want to give a huge shout out to the BrownDust2 team for sponsoring this video and enabling me to bring it to your awareness. If you are a gooner, you will love this game. It is rated 18 and up. There's a reason why you don't see people streaming it in much content on YouTube, is because it walks pretty much a little bit past the line, so to speak. We're going to be talking about some of the things, some of the character ultimates. There's 3 new characters coming out, Pleti, Mimonir, and there's one more character we'll show close to the end of the video because she's not out right now. She'll be out during the 100-day content delivery that they are giving you. Speaking of which, this is BrownDust2's 1,000-day launch celebration. Yes, the game's been out for 1,000 days, and because of that, they're providing a plethora of incentives, rewards, pulls, resources, all of that for you to acquire your favorite waifus and have a good time with them. There's all kinds of things we're going to be going over. There's a new story pack 20, and we'll be showing off what that world design is going to be looking like. This is easily, and I mean this, one of the most gorgeous 2D turn-based, visually stunning games I've ever seen. I'm actually incredibly impressed with how good this game looks from a 2D turn-based game perspective. It looks stunning. Apart from that, there's going to be new costumes, and the costumes in this game are different from costumes you're used to in most games. Costumes not only change the visual appealing nature of these characters, but they're meta-defining too. They change the way these characters perform, how strong they are, the efficacy of them, their abilities, so on and so forth. And so that's going to be something we'll be showing off. There's some new events. There's a lot of fun to have. But before we go any further, if you like what you see, don't forget to click the link down below in the description box or the pinned comment in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get to gooning. One of the first things I want to do is I want to check out the trailer into this story pack 20 so you guys can get an idea of what you're going to be getting yourself into. Thankfully, because this is uploaded to YouTube, it's actually completely compliant with YouTube's terms, and I don't have to worry about getting in trouble. Check it out. Okay, so this is Pleti, the paintress, and she looks like such an innocent girl. Not from this angle. Not from this angle. It'll make sense when I show it later on. But brother, when I tell you it's 2 different people, one that covers themselves and one that uncovers themselves, she shows you the world underneath that blanket. And you can see the thickness, you know, I ain't gonna cap. You can see the thickness even when she's covering herself. No, you cannot save her. You can't save her. Don't even think about it. I do love the artwork of BrownDust2. This character is available right now. We're actually going to be pulling her in this video and showing off what she's capable of, so on and so forth. But this is Mimonir. And then Pleti is the character before her. And she is also, well, she was available. Her banner just passed, but I believe you can still acquire her. If you go into the story pack 20, they will actually give you a character acquisition ticket that you can use to exchange for Pleti. And these are the characters I think I guess you're eventually going to be able to acquire all of them too as the story progresses. Holy! Yeah, so right now, I think Mimonir, this is my first time playing the games. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure these are all future characters that are going to be coming out subsequently. And they're all kings, boys. Yeah, hot anime women that are kings. just a bunch of bad chicks, bro. Yeah.
見てなさい。私を侮った奴らに痛い目見せてやるんだ。
I love that facial expression. I really do. But it reminds me of a little bit. I've experienced some of the story pack. You go inside of this little canvas and you go inside of the new world, which we're going to show that off as well.
はて、そろそろ何か見つかってもいい頃ですけど、これは何でしょう。
Yeah, here it is.
注意。深淵の目を近くで見つめないこと。
Like I said, I think they do such a great job with art direction on these characters. I love how her eyes just went black. She stared into the abyss looked back. And then boom, she goes inside that canvas. That was sick, man. Also, I hear a lot of people are into the story in BrownDust2. They've got phenomenal Japanese voice actors, as I'm sure they have good Korean ones too, but I've only heard the Japanese version so far. One of the things, as I said to you guys before, though, that I'm very impressed about with this game is how beautiful it looks for a 2D turn-based RPG. I mean, we're going to show that off here in just a bit. Going inside of that canvas, what does that map look like? I like it a lot. Okay, so before we go into the map, this is the main screen. You can change this to any of the waifus you want to have up on screen. The reason I haven't changed it to that is because, once again, Goon maxing, brother. Literally gooning too close to the sun. But the way it works is you choose a plethora of the waifus you want, and then it'll panel through those waifus, showing off how they look and stuff, and then you can have your own customizable screen. Down here is going to be where all your standard gacha stuff is. You got the draw, which is where you go to pull companions, all the characters you have acquired. I can show it just for a little bit, but if I show it for too long, it cycles through the different characters and they have little animation stuff. Like I said, oh girl, she looks cute in that little blanket, right? And then she shows you the world, which we're gonna be showing you what that looks like with some censorship. But it goes through all of them. You got your back, that's where all your resources and stuff is. You got story mode, you got collection, which is gonna be kind of like keeping track of everything you've acquired, costumes, characters, so on and so forth. Missions, that's where you go and do all of your your dailies, your weeklies and such. You got achievement. That's, achievement is the same thing in every other game. You got your events, which we're going to be going through this because there's a lot to talk about. There's a ton of incentives, rewards, characters, SSRs they're giving you for free, tickets you can choose and select the character you want to have, all kind of stuff going on in events. And of course, our shop and then our premium shop. Now, over here, if you click on this, this is actually pretty important, right? Because this is all 20 of the story packs, right? This is story pack 1. The way that BrownDust2 operates with its story is it in subsequent order. When you complete one story, you unlock the next. The latest one is the Abyss. This just came out. And so if I click on this, it'll take me straight into that story pack, which we will, because I want to show off the world and what it looks like. So you just click on this. You won't be able to access this until you have progressed through all of the stories. The way that BrownDust does their thing, the longer the game's out, the more content you'll be able to experience, not only through the story, but also character acquisition, gameplay, events, world design, exploration, all the above. But this is what I was talking about when I said this game is stunning for a 2D turn-based game. One of the most gorgeous 2D turn-based games I have ever seen. Also, this is the same publisher behind Liza P, which is insane to me. That blew my mind. This is how the world looks, though. This is how the characters look when you're walking around. I love a girl covering up herself while she walks around. The combat visuals are out of this world. And then we'll go inside a little castle, too. It kind of reminds me like a Luigi's Mansion, if you will. But the combat visuals are some of the craziest visuals I've ever seen. Now, I will say I'm too weak for this phase. So if I go into combat right here, I'm going to get my cheeks clapped. But I did want to at least show you guys what that combat experience looks like. So we'll go ahead and fight this guy. Again, I'm way too weak to even be fighting them. This is the combat experience. If we were to come over here and choose, this is going to be the ultimate of each individual character. I literally cannot show off Pleti's ult, but we're going to show it off with censorship. I just want y'all to know, when you pop her ult, it's a full-blown rendered animation, and it is insane. Okay, guys, let me tell you something. It's insane, ladies and gentlemen. But that's how it works. You choose the ultimates of every single character. Every single one of these units I'm using has a full rendered animation for their ultimates, and it is not to the TOS of YouTube. Like I said, though, we can dabble around with things because I kind of wanted to show you the quality of the combat, right? I think hers is okay. It's like, it's not that bad. Hers is no shot. We can show that off. Same with her. She's running. Cheeks is all out while she's running. It's insane. Hers is wild, and so is hers. But let's go ahead and just give you an idea of what it's going to look like. You do have your auto battler. You can change this to ×3 to make it go a lot faster. We're going to keep it on ×1 just so you can kind of get an idea of what these animations are going to look like. But we're going to go ahead and play it through. And if anything is crazy, we'll just edit it out. We'll just cover it up. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I have the music off, by the way. In fact, let's go ahead and turn some music on so you guys can get an idea of what that sounds like. I put it on ×2. Yeah, so like I said, hers ain't crazy. It's all right. But everybody else's, this is wild. Holy! I don't even know how that made it into the game. Cheeks is out right here. These are their ultimates, man. These are their ultimates. That combat experience, though, look at this. Look at how beautiful it looks. It looks insane. I also kind of want to let you guys hear the background music. Very spooky, very eerie. Like I said, you're pretty much like in an underworld, if you will. And that's kind of the nature of this entire map. I actually really like that OST in the background. It's very fitting to what we're looking at. That said, I want to show you guys what these characters are actually cooking. So when we take a look at these events, this character here is completely free. You will get her just by logging into the game. You'll see it says free next to her. Mimonir is a character you'll be able to acquire right now. She's available on banner at the time of recording all the way up until April 9th. And this is a character you'll get for completely free as well. You just got to log in, no questions asked, get her for free. She is completely free too. Like I said, and these are all SSRs. Completely free, and once you get them, you develop them, like play battle 3 times, you transform their costume. That's insane. This is a character that is getting reran, and I got to use a ticket to choose her and get her for free. This is a limited character costume. She's absolutely broken. She's actually top of the meta. Her name's Robin Hood, and she got them Robin cheeks. Yeah, her ultimate, she runs, and I'm not kidding, bro, just fat old booty just running around. It's absolutely wild. I don't think I can actually know what we'll show. We'll just edit it out. Okay, it's actually friendly, but her cheeks are out at all times. It's actually insane. It's quite cinema, actually. The next character underneath her, completely free as well. And then we've got 1,000-day exchange, 1,000-day event. You log in, you do some pulls, you get the currency, more login rewards, all kinds of crazy rewards that they're throwing out. In totality, though, you can get yourself a bunch of SSR characters, and some of them are limited characters you can select yourself, which is absolutely wild. But apart from this, it's time to talk about the main spotlight, the main attraction, guys, and that is the limited characters that were ongoing. First and foremost, let's talk about Pleti. So this is Pleti. And the thing I find fascinating about what they did with this character is that they have her covered up in this blanket like a lot, even when you're running around in character for her. And when you look at her, she looks so innocent and pure, right? But then she takes that blanket off. And when she takes that blanket off, bro, like she shows you the world, okay? She shows you the very essence of what makes men attracted to women, okay? So if you click on this, it's gonna do a full-blown animation. Now, for the sake of the video, I have to edit that out. But we had an idea. I said, how can I show off all of this stuff without actually showing it off? And that's when we got the good old trusty snippet tool to do some nice editing. So I actually just took a snippet of what it actually looks like, and I just edited out the parts I know would not be TOS friendly for YouTube. And trust me, I did as best as I could to try and at least give you an idea of what you would see. But let me tell you this: if you're thinking, "Oh, that ain't that bad," brother, it's crazy, because as soon as you remove all this, all of a sudden it gets past the line, okay? But as soon as you click on her, she does that little animation. She opens it up, and this is what you're looking at. Theok, like I said, Theok. Now, the animation for the ultimate, there is no way on God's green earth I could show that off. It's just no shot, okay? However, we did edit out everything, and I did the same thing with the snippet tool so you can get an idea of what she looks like. This is gonna be how she looks soon as and this is fully rendered animations, right? She's like jiggling and doing all that crazy stuff. She starts off like this, but then the ult takes away the blanket, and she's still in that pulse. And then it transitions into, I want you to envision like a water. In fact, we're just going to show it off. So she goes from this right? And then once she goes from that, it then goes into this, right? Everything's removed, boys. Bare minimum coverage at the parts that should be covered. It gets crazy. And I think what's fascinating about this is she pops her ultimate during combat, and it shows this in its entirety. When I first saw that, I said, whoa, whoa, brother. God damn. And it still keeps going. So once again, she starts off fully clothed. She then goes into that, and then it transitions into this. And this is like crazy, bro. I had to do all kind of, brother, I was back in paint class. All right. I was back in paint class. I had to do all kind of censoring with this one, bro. This is all boob area, brother. This is Chic Chronicles. I want you to envision a water slide, bro. You ever been down to a water slide at a water park? All right. You know how the incline, you know what I'm saying, is steep? Yeah, well, at the top of that water slide is them cheeks. At the bottom of the water slide is her. That's pretty much the best way to describe what that animation is going to look like, okay? So this is Pleti. This is her ultimate. Everything I just showed you, I just walked you through it. And in terms of her actual value, we can go ahead and get rid of all of this. In terms of her actual value, she is pretty broken. All right, she uses a paintbrush, which I already have acquired, and she can debuff and extend the debuff that everyone has applied to the enemies. And so if you have a debuff-oriented team where you apply these debuffs to the enemies, and you have her on the team, she can extend them and pretty much perpetuate them. So like vulnerability, which allows your team to do increased multiplicative damage to the opponents, she will extend that debuff. If it only lasts 2 turns, it'll last 4 turns now with her. And she does a crap ton of damage. She's a magic attack user. That, in essence, is Pleti. Now we are going to pull on the next character who is available right now. This is Mimonir. She's available right now. I haven't acquired her yet. I wanted to save it for the video, but we're going to draw on her, and then we're going to go over briefly what she is capable of. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Mimonir. All right. So this is first 10 pull. Is this her, though? Okay, we got a Giga Chat. All right, here we go. Time to crush them. Oh, we lost. But we did get her. Wait, I think she's broken. I think she's actually broken. All right, so we go again. We go again. Yeah, the pull rates, I think it's like a 3% chance. Yeah. Like a 3% chance. Just for point of reference, a lot of the mainstream games are like 0.8%. This is a 3% chance. Oh, you get a 1 free pull every day. No questions asked for nothing, by the way. You just 1 free draw. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold, boys. This is Mimonir. It's got to be. It's got to be. We skipping. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's her. Bro, she has a octopus as her companion, boys. We all know how this story ends. All right, we're definitely going to probably be censoring out some of that stuff because, like I said, it's probably a little bit walking up to the line in terms of the TOS. But I do want to show off this visualization. Hers is nowhere near as bad as Pleti's. It's amazing, but Pleti's is like next level, bro. Here it is. Let's check it out. Yeah, dog. Damn it, Bobby. And it just goes back to this screen. That's crazy, bro. Holy. All right, man. We got to get to work. We got to get to painting, boys. Okay, so this was like the best way for me to like kind of just make it a little bit less, you know, insane. It's not too crazy. Like I said, I've seen way worse, especially in this game. But she got some big old knockers, man. You know, and it is showing off that area down there. I do think this is freaking hilarious. They animated this where bro just gave her bruises on her thigh. That's absolutely insane. It starts off like that, then it goes into the next part. But yeah, this is Mimonir. She's also in the story right now, and they do have an event going on where you can like keep up with the story, go a little bit deeper into it. This is the event right here. Oh, wow, that's a good music track. Wow, that's just bussing. Yeah, but like if we come over here, this is literally pure blown visual story consumption. It's like a light novel, if you will. You click on every single one of these, you get some pool currency, and you keep up with the story between Pleti, Mimonir, and everybody else. And all you got to do is just go down the list and listen to it. And so that's in the event section. They've also got normal battles, challenge battles. They have an event shop where you can develop these characters, resources. That track is busted. I'm not gonna lie. And various other things that you can do. All right, they have their missions as well. Now, there's another phase of this game that is purely fan service. It's called Glue Talk. And when you build up bonds with all of the characters, the waifus you've acquired, you can then enter this romantic scene where it's just straight up fan service. And they just dropped a character called Retired Legend Olivier, a new fan service scene with this character that's in alignment with her costume, and it's pretty crazy. Now, I've been waiting to react to this. The thing is, guys, y'all are gonna have to watch me reacting to it, because obviously I already know off rip, the devs already told me in advance, you can't show it off. You know, we just want to see that reaction. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go to the encounter event. We're gonna go straight into it. Once again, it's this character right here, Retired Legend Olivier. And we're gonna go ahead and go to encounter event, and I am about to watch. Oh, there's there's 10 episodes. Wow. All right, well, I don't know what I'm in for, but I guess we're in for an insane treat here, boys. Episode 1. All right, I'm seeing some background. I think they want me to go to like episode 10. Yeah, it's probably episode 10. We're gonna go to episode 10. All right, let's click it. Oh, it is episode 10. Holy knockers, brother. With a soft smile, you can't hide the tension. So obvious. Even I can't help but feel nervous too. I've been thinking about those words. Her voice is calm and sincere despite the tremor. All right, bro, come on, man. Let's get on with it, bro. Let's see it. Let's see it. Okay, things are getting pretty crazy, boys. I think we're going to the next phase. I think we're going to phase 2. All right, we're gonna turn this volume up a little bit. Just okay. And then she called me master. What the? She's calling me. Wait, I'll show you what you've been hoping to see. Close your eyes and count to 10. Oh, boys. Oh, here it goes. Good boy. Did she just tell me good boy? He said counting is the hard part. Getting to 10 seconds is 1, 2, 3. I hear the door close right in front of me. From behind the door, I can hear her moving slowly. The soft, rhythmic swish of fabric reaches my ears. 4, 5, 6. I catch the sound of careful footsteps and a quiet sigh as she's bracing herself. Don't be nervous. You've worn it before. 7, 8, 9. I listen closely to Olivier's timid murmurs through the door. The rustling sound of cloth and skin brushing together continues. Then suddenly, it stops. It's okay, master. He said he likes this sort of things. 10. Just like before, Olivier says the final number herself. He counted to 9. She said 10. Hold up. All right, boys, here it is. I'm looking at black screen, white text right now, but I feel like I'm about to be looking at a lot more than that. Just hearing about in the next. All right, let's just click on it. She calls out to me from the other side of the door. Come in now, master. Without a second's hesitation, I turn the doorknob. The dialogue is what I find interesting, because the dialogue was speaking to my soul. The devs knew. I'm gonna tell you what the dialogue said. The sight that greets me leaves me frozen in place. That's literally what the dialogue said. It did leave me frozen in place. Holy, she's wearing bro, what the heck? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Okay, how do I describe that? She got bunny ears, right? But the bunny ears aren't on her head, brother. The bunny ears are right here. Yeah, and those are double D's, brother. Okay. The skirt stops short. All right, you can see the cheeks are so okay. The booty cheeks are so thick that you can see them in the front. It's about the best way to describe it, guys. Okay, once again, you could download BrownDust2 by clicking a link down below. It's pinned. It's pinned in the comment section. It's in the description box. This is insane. Gamers, this changes everything, okay? including my pants. All right, let's move on, boys. I've seen enough. What is interaction? Touch or drag the screen to interact with costume. Wait, hold on. This wasn't in the script. Touch or drag the screen to interact. Oh, this is nice. I feel like this ain't that bad. At least she's clothed. You know what I mean? This is pretty based, actually. Also, I almost forgot to mention this. Helena has a new skin in the game that you can purchase. Remember, guys, this is one of the most broken characters in the entire of the game. Super meta, and they even gave her to me for free, which is insane. To like set you up if in case you're barely starting BrownDust2 today. This is one of the characters you'll be able to acquire. She gives crit rate to the entire freaking team. She keeps them alive. She pops off. But yeah, she also just got a skin in the game. If you come over here to a premium shop, you can purchase this skin, and this is what it's gonna look like, boys. And you know the skins in BrownDust2 are built a bit different, meaning when you do her ult animation, she will be rocking that skin. You will see some crazy absolute cinematic Gooner Chronicles stuff. So it's available in the game right now for the next 35 days. So do get you this skin. It's going to be incredible. The devs have requested my reaction to another Olivier interaction that they're going to be adding into the game. And this one has surpassed anything I've seen in this gacha space. It's insane, brother. There is no way I can show this on screen. But it's an interaction where she has this like magic wand in between her breast. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up at all. In fact, I'm gonna do exactly what I did before, and I'm gonna show you guys an edited version of what I'm looking at. Okay. Oh my God, dude. All right. So this is going to be an interaction in the game. It is full touchable. I seen this. One of the devs is playing on the iPad, touching different parts of the screen. It's full blown interactable. It's insane. But this is a magic wand. All right. A magic wand in between this woman's cleavage. And I'm gonna be real, it gets crazy. As I continue to go through the video, she is grabbing this magic wand, right? As if a woman would grab a actual wand and doing things to it. That's the best way to describe it, boys. All right, listen, man, this is insane levels of, I swear, you devs have gooned too close to the sun. Incredibly based. But holy, I'm not gonna cap. This next part of the interaction was so out of cap, I had to censor even the left-hand screen where he's doing it on the iPad, boys. But you get an idea of what's happening here, all right? We don't need to read between the lines. This will, once again, Olivier interaction. Once you max out the bond with her, you'll be able to do this inside of the game. I tell you to keep it in the pants like I normally do, but well, that would be asking too much, boys. This character right here is the third character that's going to be coming out. Nekendalia. So we've got Mimonir, we've got Pleti, the paintress, and then we've got her. She's not out right now. She's coming out, I imagine, on the back end of the 100-day event, right? Which we're kind of in the middle of it right now. So I did want to show her off just so you can get an idea. The last things I wanted to mention is the nature of the content in BrownDust2. You've got your story packs up here. You've got your character packs right here, which is parallel world story packs of various different characters. We've also got PvP in this game as well, challenges and growth. And then at the bottom here, packs that are either event limited or available permanently through the reruns, right? So there'll be some events that you can always do. They'll always be there. And then there'll be some events where, unfortunately, boys, we missed that bus stop. And that looks like one that stung for missing it. You know, it's Splash Queen. Yeah, I know something else that's splashing, buddy. All right, and then this one here, it looks like we missed that one as well. That said, BrownDust2 seems to be a fantastic game that has great 2D turn-based RPG combat with stunning visuals, but it's also going to be appeasing the Gooners, guys. Once again, if you are a Gooner, you will enjoy BrownDust2. That's going to wrap up all of my thoughts for this game. Once again, huge shout out to the team for sponsoring this video and enabling me to bring it to your awareness. Download it, boys. If you're a Gooner, you will not regret it. Once again, peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.